In a quaint village nestled among rolling hills and blooming gardens, lived Cleo, a charming blue cat with fur that shimmered like the morning sky. Cleo was admired not only for her striking appearance but also for her strong sense of right and wrong, particularly her dedication to politeness and respect. Cleo shared a cozy cottage with her family, her little brother Charlie and their parents, Mr. and Mrs. Cat. One evening, as twilight painted the sky in shades of purple and the first stars began to twinkle, Mrs. Cat gathered Cleo and Charlie for an important discussion. "Tonight," Mrs. Cat began, "we're going to talk about the importance of politeness. Politeness is about showing respect and kindness to others, making them feel valued and happy." Cleo's bright eyes sparkled with curiosity. "What does it mean to be polite, Mama?" she asked. Mrs. Cat smiled. "Being polite means using kind words, listening to others, and treating everyone with respect. It's about making others feel comfortable and appreciated." The next morning, as the sun rose over the village and birds chirped their cheerful songs, Cleo set out with her family's lesson in mind. She decided to explore the village, eager to put her lesson into practice. As Cleo wandered through the bustling market, she marveled at the variety of stalls filled with fresh fruits, vegetables, and colorful trinkets. At one stall, Mr. Thumper, a kind old rabbit, was selling shiny apples and sweet carrots. Cleo admired the display and decided to buy some apples for her family. Just as she was about to pay, she noticed a little mouse named Max sneaking a shiny apple into his tiny bag. Cleo's eyes widened with surprise. She knew Max had not paid for the apple. Gently, she approached him and said, "Max, I saw you taking that apple. It's important to be polite and ask before taking something that doesn't belong to you." Max looked down, his cheeks turning pink with embarrassment. "I'm sorry, Cleo. I didn't have enough money to pay for it, but I was very hungry." Cleo thought about her mother's lesson and decided to help. "Max, it's okay to ask for help if you need it. Mr. Thumper is very kind, and I'm sure he would understand if you explained your situation." Max nodded and nervously approached Mr. Thumper. He explained that he was hungry and didn't have money. Mr. Thumper listened with a smile. "Thank you for being honest, Max. You can have the apple, but please remember to ask next time. It's important to be polite and respect others' belongings." Max thanked Mr. Thumper and Cleo, feeling relieved and grateful. Cleo felt a warm glow of happiness for helping Max learn about politeness and respect. As Cleo continued her walk, she saw a group of children playing in the park. Lily, one of the children, was crying because her favorite toy, a soft red ball, was missing. Cleo approached Lily and asked gently, "Why are you upset, Lily?" Lily sniffled and said, "I lost my red ball, and I don't know where it went. I'm so sad." Cleo remembered seeing a playful kitten named Toby with a red ball that looked just like Lily's a few days ago. She decided to visit Toby and see if he had found the ball. When Cleo reached Toby's house, she saw the red ball lying in Toby's yard. "Hi, Toby. I noticed you have a red ball that looks like Lily's. Did you find it somewhere?" Cleo asked. Toby's eyes widened in realization. "Oh, I found it near the park. I didn't know it belonged to Lily. I just thought it was a ball to play with." Cleo gently reminded Toby, "It's important to return things that don't belong to us. Lily will be very happy to get her ball back." Toby agreed and went to the park to return the ball to Lily. When he handed the ball back, Lily's face lit up with joy. She thanked Toby and Cleo for their help, and Toby felt relieved, promising to always return lost items in the future. Feeling inspired, Cleo continued her day. As she strolled by a flower shop, she noticed an elderly hedgehog named Mrs. Prickles struggling to carry a large pot of flowers. Cleo approached her with a smile. "Hello, Mrs. Prickles. May I help you with that pot?" Mrs. Prickles looked up with surprise and gratitude. "Oh, Cleo, that would be wonderful. I've been having a hard time carrying this heavy pot." Cleo gently took the pot and helped Mrs. Prickles carry it to her shop. "Thank you so much, Cleo," Mrs. Prickles said, her eyes twinkling with gratitude. "You're very polite and kind." Cleo beamed with happiness. "I'm glad I could help. It's important to offer assistance and be polite to everyone around us." As the day drew to a close and the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Cleo returned home and shared her day's adventures with her family. Mrs. Cat and Mr. Cat listened with pride. "You did a wonderful job teaching others about politeness and respect," Mr. Cat said with a smile. "By being kind and considerate, you've made our village a better place." Cleo felt a warm sense of fulfillment. She had learned that politeness and respect were not just about following rules but about making a positive impact on those around her. As Mrs. Cat tucked Cleo and Charlie into their cozy beds, she said softly, "Always remember to be polite and show respect in everything you do. It will help create a world filled with kindness and understanding." Cleo closed her eyes, dreaming of more ways to spread the lesson of politeness and respect. She knew that by choosing to be kind and considerate, she could make the village, and the world, a better place. And so, under the blanket of stars, Cleo the blue cat drifted off to sleep, content and happy, knowing that every small act of politeness could create ripples of goodness that would touch the hearts of many.